So for 2018, we've updated our blog on what are the best 10 condos in Miami, and we've really revamped it to visit and see what is currently top of the food chain. Now, some condos are out, some new condos are in. Obviously, this is a process, but what we really want to do here is detail, what are the good units, what are the good lines within these buildings, because although we'll say these are the best, what we might consider the best 10 condos in Miami, we also need to let you guys know that if you are going to look at these buildings to buy, you need to know that some units are going to be not so good, some are going to be bad, some are going to be the perfect ones to go for, and of course it's all price dependent as well. So for that, you need to pick up the phone and give me a call, and I'll give you the details. We do sometimes talk about what are the buildings to avoid. Now, obviously, by our nature, if we start reciting who we don't think are good buildings, we're going to get ourselves into hot water. So for that kind of conversation, you need to pick up the phone and call me, and I'll be very candid, because it's one thing to know what's the best, but you also need to avoid certain buildings at the same cost. So moving on, what are the best 10 condos in Miami today? And this is by neighborhood in no specific order. So number one, we get out the gates coming in with Oceana, Key Biscayne. Oceana is a beautiful 12-mile island which is on the beach. It has its own beach. This is a building that was built in 2015. There's 141 units, and the prices range from $2.7 million to $22 million. Really, the best line in this building is the O1. That's the ones that sit on the corners, and it's no surprise that in most buildings it's the corner units that are the prime real estate. This building makes our list because the location is prime. The amenities are very, very good. It has a very nice restaurant, it has a very nice gym, it has a very kind of relaxing, chill vibe. And I think in terms of architecture, it's an all-glass building, so that's beautiful in that sense as well. So combined with all these different elements, that's why it makes the list. Number two, 321 Ocean, south of 5th. The 321 Ocean building is in a prime location. Location is everything. So south of 5th obviously has a great amount of shops, restaurants, and it is really what we might classify as a primary market for Miami Beach, which is often very hard because a lot of the owners in the beach area tend to be second and third homeowners or investment properties. But 321 Ocean, very prime, very boutique, 21 units. It's very, very small in that capacity. Now, unsurprisingly, prices range from 5.5 million to 26 million. And two of the most expensive sales in 2018 in the condo market have come in on 321 Ocean. Number three, Faena House. Faena House is Miami Beach. It's located at 33rd and Collins. Now, the Faena district, which has been developed by Alan Faena, has re-gentrified this area, so that is a very go-to place to go and eat and go out and enjoy the Miami Beach lifestyle. It really is, it's become almost an iconic building and associated so much with the Miami Beach lifestyle, the modern 2018 Miami Beach lifestyle. So you have great restaurants, you have amazing service, you have a high level of attention of concierge. They've taken an old Art Deco building and they've revamped it. This building, the Residence Tower we're talking about, is 47 units, 6.3 to $60 million. And again, the best lines are the A and the B. Coming next, Surf Club, which is Surfside. Surf Club is a Four Seasons project. It has its hotel element, and then it has obviously the new towers around it. The North Tower is the tower to focus on here because it doesn't have that hotel element. It's 150 units with prices ranging from $3.6 to $21 million. Sales this year have occurred between $6 and $9 million. Now, it's interesting here because no two floor plans are really the same. It's very hard to just say this line is good or that line is good. They're very, very unique. So again, it's a case-by-case scenario, but definitely the North Tower is the tower that has gained the most traction. Plus, the Surfside neighborhood is becoming very desirable. It's really, again, developing a primary nature, which means people who live all year round, and the Surfside neighborhood is a very organic, very natural, less touristic part of Miami Beach, which also makes it, come higher up the list in terms of desirability for more of the modern high-end condos. Next up, we're into 87 Park, which is the last remaining lot of land on Miami Beach before you get to Surfside. Now this is relevant because on this you only have 17 floors, so it's a relatively low level building. And when you actually look at this project, it's a Ranzo piano project. It's going to be finished at the tail end of 2019. What is unique about this is that to the south of the building, you have a large park. This is one of the only, it is the only building on Miami Beach that has views to the east to the water, to the south, which is overlooking this park before you get to your next building, and obviously to the west, which is your intercoastal. Typically on the beach, you will see buildings next to buildings next to buildings. Now this is great when you're looking directly at the ocean, but it doesn't give you that 270-degree panoramic view. And actually 87 Park has managed to do this, and this is why it now makes the list. The O2 line is the line to go for. Of course, most of the O2 lines are all sold out, and a lot of people have combined, but that is a prime building. And again, looking at this building, you've got a high level of finish, you have 10-foot ceilings, but the quality here is extremely detailed. We're talking about high level finishes in the kitchen, high level flooring, again these units are being finished, and particularly on this very large terraces. This is what sets it apart, and this is what sets most high-end buildings apart, when you have high ceilings, very deep terraces, very high level of finish in a prime location. Next, going through the list, I'm going to bring you down to the attention of Park Grove in Coconut Grove. Coconut Grove doesn't have a lot of luxury condos. It doesn't have a large amount of condos anyway, but Park Grove sits on 6 acres, 3 towers, and the tower to go for is the front tower. The front tower, or Park Grove Tower 1, much like Tower 2, has 4 units per floor, and they range from 2,235 square feet all the way up to 3,600 square feet, which is the A line. Now, a lot of people are combining those units in the front tower to get these very grand units. There's nothing in front of the building, it's directly on the water, and again, Coconut Grove is a primary neighborhood. So if you're looking to live in a high-end building in a primary neighborhood where you're surrounded by people who are living all year round and not tourists or second homeowners, this is definitely a location and a building that you should consider. Again, not a high level of density, it's only 4 units per floor, so again we have detailed information on Park Grove and have dealt with it over the years. Next up, Oceana in Bal Harbour this time. It is a mirror of its sister in Key Biscayne. You have 2 towers, you have 141 units, and again, prices much as the same. A little bit more actually than Key Biscayne because it is on the beach and it's in located Bal Harbour. Bal Harbour is known obviously for the Bal Harbour shops. Again, it's a highly trafficked location and neighborhood, a great place to live, and if you're going to be on the beach, it's definitely a focal point for a lot of people. Next up, Ritz-Carlton Residences in Sunny Isles. Again, it's Ritz-Carlton. This is a new project, it's 52 stories, so it's a higher density than some of the other buildings that we're showcasing in this list. And it is all glass with 212 residences, flow through. Design-wise, not dissimilar to Park Grove. It's got a kind of a peanut shape to it, and it'll be finished in fall 2019. Top floor units have very big terraces, so when you look at the renderings and the pictures, you'll see these massive terraces. Most of those units have been sold out, but there are a few other units available for sale. And again, if you call us, we can detail what is out there. Palazzo del Sol. This is kind of one of our final on the list. Palazzo del Sol is a building on Fisher Island. Fisher Island is a contained island, which is one of the most expensive in the country, and to get to it you have to catch a ferry. So if you want privacy and secludedness, then this is great. If you want accessibility to everything else, it might not make your list, but without a doubt a very well finished product. 3,600 square feet to 7,600 square foot is the unit sizes, and again 3 to 7 bedrooms. Kobe Karp is the architect that built this project and developed this project, and with only 47 residences, extremely boutique. What is discussed a lot is that the finish on this is arguably the best with any building in the whole of Miami. So if you want privacy, this is definitely one for your list that we can, openly discuss with you. Coming back onto the beach again, just trying to run through all 10, Fendi. Fendi, obviously under Fendi's namesake, has the Fendi logo and the Fendi branding. It's Chateau Group, they're the developers of this. They, again, have done a wonderful project. Actually, I think that going into this building, it has a genuine high feel of quality. It's not a temporary feel where, the shine comes off off after a few months, but it actually does feel a really, really great building. And again, the O1 line, which is the corner line, is the one to go for. These are around 4,000 and so square feet. The building gets narrower as you go up. So again, as you go up through the towers, the floor plans change a little bit. This is again one to consider if you're looking in that Surfside neighborhood. The O6 line is also to be considered, which is on the other side of the building. Prices, again, from this range from 5 to 30 million. A lot of the ones in the O1 line are floating somewhere between, 8 to, let's say, $13 million. So this is now giving you the flavor of those top 10 within Miami. Again, we are experts, we're analysts. We back everything we say with numbers, and we know details of what's in the market today and what's coming, and obviously what's been. Now these are the newer buildings, and again, when you buy, you need to understand some of the older buildings that come into the fray. So you want to definitely click on what are the 10 best older buildings or non-new buildings in Miami to consider those into your equation. I look forward to talking to you. Give me a call, send me an email. You can chat with us through the website, through the app, the Zopen app that allows you to talk with us online, live at that moment. I'm available on my phone all the time. You can text me, you can WhatsApp me if you're international, and we look forward to helping you. Thank you.